Hi everyone, welcome to this Journalist Toolbox mini training. We'll do a series of these trainings and sprinkle them throughout the site over the next few months. I wanted to start with a page that is one of our most popular pages on the Journalist Toolbox. It's called the copy editing page. We're going to work with some copy editing resources here. So if you go to journalisttoolbox.org, down the left-hand side of the page, you will find copy editing resources right here. You just click on that. It'll take you to the copy editing resources page. And right at the top, I've got 4 links here that we're going to talk about. THSRS, the Shorter Thesaurus, the Verification Handbook, first and second editions. We'll look at both of them. And also the Google Fact Check Explorer. So open these 4 right at the top. Maybe take a second here and pause the video and open these 4 and have them ready to go. Okay, the first tool we're going to work with here is THSRS, the Shorter Thesaurus. This is an older tool. It's been around for a long, long time. It's one of my favorites in that it helps me with headline writing, whether it be for print, whether it be for online. It's really helpful for graphics too. If you write a lot of headlines on infographics and things like that, where you've got to really write a lot of verbiage in a very tight space. THSRS, if you type a word in here, it will give you a synonym only that's shorter than the word that you typed in. So you only get synonyms that are shorter than the word you typed in. So I'll type in the word terminate. Hit look up, and it gives me things like and, stop. Only words that are shorter than whatever I typed in. So that's THSRS. Really helpful if you get that 1 column, 3 deck, 30-point headline in print, or if you're doing a graphic and need to really straighten something up quickly and make it look more orderly. The other thing about THSRS is it is available as a plugin now. They've got it up for Firefox, and God forbid, Internet Explorer. They are working on a version for Google Chrome as well. But in the meantime, you can drop it on Firefox and look up something real quickly in a story just by right-clicking on it, and you'll be able to do a little THSRS search on it, much like you do a reverse image search or something like that. On an image on a web page, you can click on a word now and use THSRS to do it. But the website address is just type in thsrs.com. It takes you to this longer URL, and you'll be able to update it and work with it nice and quick. So THSRS. The second tool I wanted to show you is the Google Fact Check Explorer. Fact Check Explorer is still in beta. It's about ready to come out of beta. And it is a tool that allows you to look up information about someone or something and see if the stories that you're using or looking at have any information that's been challenged in them, something that's been fact checked. You may have noticed if you search for something in Google News, you may find an article that has a little green dot on it that says the words fact check on it. That means another third-party source, whether it be CNN, AP, PolitiFact, Snopes, some other organization that does fact checking, will go in and challenge the information that is on that web post, blog, story, whatever. It's kind of like matching a correction up with the story. So it can save you a lot of pain, especially if you're on the social media desk and you're thinking about, hey, I want to share this story or maybe link to something out of this story or mention something out of this story in a piece I'm writing. You can immediately see and look and see if this story has been fact checked. Now you can type a name or a word just in the Fact Check Explorer here and look. One of the things I recommend doing is going into the recent fact check, especially if you're covering breaking news or if you're working on the social media desk or sharing stuff. This shows you the most recent fact checks across all topics. And you can just scroll through here and see, okay, this story here has been rated false by AFP. You scroll through here, and there's some that are rated true. Maybe that there's some controversy with them, but the ranking is true. Or misleading, you'll see these in here as well. Sometimes these are Facebook posts or Twitter posts. Other times they're full stories or blog posts. You can search recent by a topic. So, I can look at the most recent coronavirus fact checks and just, the last few minutes. And, this is a claim by a fake Facebook user, and there's some others down here, a bunch of them. Somebody has been on Facebook a lot. So you can also go back to the homepage and just do a broad search on a topic. And this will give you the most current, but you can also scroll down to much older posts as well. Some low-hanging fruit here. So it's very good to do these types of searches after maybe a State of the Union address, maybe after one of the coronavirus updates out of the White House, and see what's true and what isn't. It gets to the point real quickly. Here's one from Snopes. It's rated true. And there's all kinds of ratings here. Each publication has its own rating system. PolitiFact has their liar, liar, pants on fire, and so on. So there's all kinds of different ratings in here, but you can go in and see pretty quickly what is and isn't legit. It has a link to the fact check there, so you can see more about it. The About section up here in the upper right goes over some of the organizations that are part of this fact checking network here. And really what Google does here is runs an algorithm that matches up that fact check in that post with the original story or the original claim that it is fact checking. So dynamite tool, very quick and easy to use. For those of you that are journalism instructors, this is one of those quick little tools you can show the students in the first 5 minutes of class, and they'll be dialed in and really using this on a regular basis. Again, really good thing for student media. Interns, if you're hiring interns in your newsroom, show them this tool on the very first day. It's something that they really need to know how to use. The next two tools I'm going to show you are actually a book. It's called the Verification Handbook. It's been around for a while. This is the first edition that I'm looking at here with the green backgrounds. Edited by Craig Silverman from BuzzFeed News. He also worked at the Poynter Institute. It is available by PDF, Kindle, EPUB, many versions. You can buy a print version of this as well. I prefer just to use the online version. Just hit read the book, and you can go in. There's several chapters here, tips and tools, little case studies. These are written for journalists by other journalists. They're very quick and easy to read. You can get through this whole book in just a couple of hours. Again, any new hire to your newsroom, any new intern in your newsroom, journalism professors make this required reading for your courses. I assign all these chapters to the students in all my classes. They all have to read this. So you can get through this pretty quickly, these little individual chapters. And for the last few years, Verification Handbook has been, really one of the go-to fact-checking resource texts that are out there. Recently, just back in May 2020, the Verification Handbook released a second edition. And this one's available at datajournalism.com. I also have it linked off the very top of Journalist Toolbox copy editing pages here. Or copy editing resources here. There's the Verification Handbook. There's the Verification Handbook first edition. But the second edition has more chapters. It kind of fleshes out the original site. It also has this really great little duration thing here that tells you how long the chapter read is, which is really nice. You can see these are very short little chapters. You can assign these maybe 2 at a time, and it's very quick reading for anyone who's starting in your newsroom or is in your journalism class or something like that. And they've expanded this to everything like analyzing ads, network analysis, things like that aren't available in the first edition. This does carry over some of the case studies from the first edition. I assigned reading out of both of these texts for my summer class that just started today. So I kind of mix and match. Some of the chapters in the first edition here are very, very basic, fact-checking images, fact-checking user-generated content. The second edition here becomes very, very specific on certain types of fact-checking, so it digs down a little bit deeper than what you typically would see. So those are some really good copy editing tools. Again, the copy editing resources page on the Journalist Toolbox. You can also flip through the categories down here and get into trust and verification. There's also a lot of fact-checking tools here that coincide with the copy editing pages. Google Fact Check Explorer is mentioned here. There's a bunch of others. Google also has a verification tools training course that you can take. First Draft News has many, many, many different resources for you to do fact checking on a number of different levels, and they're all free too, which is absolutely dynamite. So that's all I had for now. We'll be back with some more training videos here in the coming days. Thanks.